Hey everyone, me Kevin here with the latest on stimulus. Quick note, I made a TikTok and a gaming channel so that we could talk about finance at both of those. I will link both down below. The gaming channel is on YouTube. I've been doing AMAs on Instagram every night the last few nights. I'll do another one tonight. And then I made a TikTok for various finance videos, maybe even stimulus, so check it out if you'd like. President Trump on Tuesday stated that the final passage of a stimulus bill will not occur prior to the election. This is honestly no surprise. But Donald Trump did say that he would be willing to negotiate with Nancy Pelosi after the election, which this is important because we have three potential scenarios that we really want to consider. Number one, if Republicans win the presidency and the Senate, which is what we have now, Republicans believe that they'll be able to pressure the now weakened Democrats into a smaller deal. However, option number two would be if Democrats win the presidency and the Senate, that would be known as the blue wave, then Democrats might be motivated to wait until January or February to do a larger and, as they quote, say, retroactive stimulus package. That would be quite a big retroactive package, though, given how long they're dragging this out. And if Republicans lose the presidency, so Biden comes in as president, but Republicans keep the Senate, we might be basically in the same negotiating place as we are now, which is so far not much. Now, I did not yet mention that there is another scenario, which is the potential for a red sweep. Donald Trump today stated that there will be a red wave on election day, and Republicans will not only take the presidency, the Senate, but they will also take the House, which does not seem very probable, but it is possible. Remember, every single representative in the House of Representatives is up for election, though nobody's really talking about flipping the House. It could happen, though. So even though this is unlikely, if it does happen, it would mean that Democrats would lose all leverage come January. And the reality is, if we have Republicans in the House and the Senate and the presidency, that would put Mitch McConnell in much more of a driver's seat, which would potentially mean we'd actually see the skinny bill come a reality. That's the $500 billion skinny bill. Now, Donald Trump then went on to say, quote, "After the election, we will get the best stimulus package you have ever seen." And keep this in mind, Donald Trump and Steve Mnuchin are much bigger proponents of stimulus money than Mitch McConnell is. You've kind of got the conservative Republicans, those are like Mitch McConnell and Ted Cruz. They don't like spending money. And then you've got what we call the Wall Street Republicans. These are like the Steve Mnuchins, and they see stimulus as good for businesses and corporations. Donald Trump, the reason he gives for why Republicans are going to win the House is solely because he thinks Nancy Pelosi is crazy, and Americans will see that, therefore, Americans will vote the Republicans in power of the House. But either way, he reiterates that after the election, we will get the best stimulus package you have ever seen. Earlier today, Alyssa Farah, the White House communications director, stated that we should expect a vote on a new stimulus package within weeks. Now, by this, she likely means between November 9th and November 20th, which I hate to say that given that we're at October 27th and we're waiting on a day-to-day basis here for an actual stimulus package. The 9th is particularly important because that is the day the Senate goes back to work. Now, recall, right now, we are $300 billion apart on a deal. Nancy Pelosi is at $2.2 trillion. Republicans are at 1.9, a newly increased figure. They used to be at 1.8, 1.82, now they're at 1.9. They've been inching up. The main differences that we won't basically have left to handle are language on a national strategic testing plan to combat the rise in coronavirus cases, which do expect that if COVID cases continue to expand or grow through and up to the election, it's likely that the stock market will tilt lower, and I would expect that Donald Trump would be more motivated to get a stimulus package through because he does sort of evaluate his success based on what the stock market is doing. Yesterday was pretty red at, well, basically the failing stimulus talks. The second thing we're having issues with, the second bigger thing, is funding for schools. Democrats want about an extra $119 billion. They also are still up in the air as to whether or not unemployed workers should receive $400 or $600 per week, though we have an agreement on the time frame that this should be extended, or the unemployment pay should go from the beginning of September retroactively through the end of January. Another issue is whether or not undocumented workers will receive the $1,200 stimulus checks and what language to use for business-related COVID lawsuit protections. Nancy Pelosi also released a statement today claiming victory. She says, today, the blowback from the Meadows confession made it imperative for the president to declare, after the election, we will get the best stimulus package you have ever seen. This was, of course, in reference to Mark Meadows' comment this weekend that we cannot control this pandemic. Because Mark Meadows said that, Nancy Pelosi believes Trump is now coming out to try to heal the wounds of what Mark Meadows said by saying, well, we're going to have the best stimulus ever. Nancy Pelosi did state that, quote, this week, we continue to put pen to paper with thanks to our committee chairs for their mastery of the legislation and loyalty to America's working families. You know, it would be nice if we could actually see this draft. It's not that hard to share it on a live Google Sheet or something like that, so we could see if y'all are actually doing something. But I can't help but think they're all sitting there typing XOXOXO and watching TikToks. Remember, check out my new TikTok, and also check out the gaming channel. Again, I'll link that down below. You can also see it by going to meetkevin.com/gaming, and it'll link you there. I encourage you to subscribe. I think it'll be cool. It'll be relaxed, smaller live streams, and it'll be fun. Thanks so much. That's what we've got for the late update today, and folks, we'll see you in the next video.